Nestled amidst whispering bamboo forests and overlooking a tranquil lake, stood the ancient monastery of Still Waters. Its weathered stone walls held centuries of wisdom, echoing with the silent footsteps of countless seekers. Here, the air itself seemed to hum with a gentle energy, inviting visitors to shed their worries and embrace the present moment. A young man named Taro arrived at the monastery gates, his heart heavy with unspoken burdens. He sought solace from the relentless chatter within his mind, a cacophony of thoughts that robbed him of peace. The monks greeted Taro with a gentle bow, their eyes reflecting the calmness he craved. Led to a simple yet elegant room, Taro gazed out at the serene landscape. The lake's surface lay undisturbed, a perfect mirror reflecting the azure sky above. A profound sense of tranquility permeated the air, yet within Taro, the storm of thoughts continued to rage. Taro had always been a restless soul, his mind a whirlwind of anxieties and what-ifs. The past haunted him with regrets, while the future loomed with uncertainties. Sleep offered little respite, his nights plagued by worries that seemed to multiply in the darkness. He had tried to quiet the incessant chatter, to reason with his fears, but his efforts only seemed to amplify the noise. Despair gnawed at him, whispering that he was trapped, destined to forever remain a prisoner of his own mind. Seeking guidance, Taro sought out the monastery's revered Zen master, a beacon of serenity and wisdom. The master listened patiently as Taro poured out his woes, his words tumbling over each other in their haste to escape. When Taro finished, the master smiled knowingly and spoke, his voice a soothing balm to Taro's troubled soul. "You are troubled by the monkeys in your mind." Intrigued, Taro looked at the master, his brow furrowed in confusion. "Monkeys, master?" he asked. "What do you mean?" The master chuckled softly. "Imagine your mind as a vast open sky," he explained, his hands gesturing expansively. "Your thoughts, they are like mischievous monkeys swinging from branch to branch, chattering incessantly, demanding your attention," he continued. "These monkeys, they are your fears, your doubts, your regrets and desires. They are a part of you, but they are not all of you. You, my son, are the vast sky itself." Taro listened intently, a glimmer of understanding dawning in his eyes. He had always identified so strongly with his thoughts, believing them to be an accurate reflection of himself. The master's words offered a new perspective, a way out of the mental prison he had constructed. "But master," Taro interjected, "how do I silence these monkeys? How do I find peace when they are constantly clamoring for my attention?" "You cannot silence them, nor should you try," the master replied calmly. "To resist is to give them power, to fuel their chaos. Instead, you must learn to observe them without judgment." The master taught Taro the art of mindfulness, of observing his thoughts as they arose without getting swept away by their stories. He encouraged Taro to focus on his breath, to ground himself in the present moment, the only place where true peace could be found. Taro embraced the practice with a mix of hope and trepidation. It was a constant battle, his attention repeatedly hijacked by the mischievous monkeys of his mind. But slowly, gradually, he began to notice a shift. Each morning, Taro would sit by the monastery's crystal-clear stream, watching the water flow effortlessly over the smooth stones. He saw in its fluidity a reflection of the master's teachings. The water did not resist the rocks, but flowed around them, adapting to each obstacle it encountered. And so it should be with his thoughts, Taro realized. He didn't need to control them, just observe them with a detached curiosity. He began to see his thoughts as passing clouds, transient and ever-changing. He learned to acknowledge their presence without judgment, allowing them to drift through the vast expanse of his awareness without disturbing his inner stillness. There were moments of frustration, times when the monkeys seemed determined to pull him back into their chaotic dance. But with each passing day, Taro found himself becoming more adept at recognizing their antics and gently guiding his attention back to the present moment. As the weeks turned into months, a profound sense of peace began to settle upon Taro. He had embarked on a journey within, one that was both challenging and enlightening. He no longer felt like a helpless victim to his thoughts. Instead, he began to understand the nature of his mind, observing its patterns and tendencies. With the newfound clarity, he had discovered a space within himself, a vast and boundless sky where the monkeys could chatter and swing without disturbing the underlying tranquility. This inner sky was always there, waiting to be noticed. He realized that the master had been right. He was not his thoughts, he was the awareness that witnessed them. This realization brought a profound shift in his perspective. The monkeys were still there, but they no longer held him captive. They were merely a part of the landscape, no longer the central focus of his attention. He had found freedom in the midst of the mental chaos. This freedom was not about eliminating the chaos, but about finding peace within it. The world around him seemed to shimmer with a newfound vibrancy. Colors appeared brighter, sounds more distinct, and the air felt fresher. The rustling of leaves in the wind, a sound he had often ignored, now felt like a gentle symphony. The gentle chirping of birds, once a background noise, now brought a smile to his face. The warmth of the sun on his skin, a simple sensation that he now cherished deeply. These simple pleasures filled him with a deep sense of gratitude. He felt connected to the world in a way he had never experienced before. He had spent so much time lost in the labyrinth of his own mind that he had forgotten the beauty and wonder of the present moment. Now, each moment felt like a precious gift, a reminder of the profound peace that lay within. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Taro sat with the master by the lake. The air was cool and calm, the gentle breeze carrying the scent of pine and earth. He expressed his gratitude, thanking the master for sharing his wisdom and guiding him on his journey. Taro's voice was filled with emotion, each word a testament to the deep respect and admiration he held for the master. The master smiled, his eyes twinkling with understanding. His face, lined with years of experience, radiated a serene wisdom that seemed to transcend time. "You were always the sky," he said softly. "You simply forgot for a while." His words were like a gentle breeze, soothing and profound, carrying a truth that resonated deeply within Taro. He continued, "Peace is not the absence of thoughts, but the ability to remain present amidst them." The master's voice was calm and steady, each word a beacon of clarity in the twilight. Taro nodded, his heart filled with gratitude. He felt a profound sense of understanding, as if a veil had been lifted from his eyes. He had received the greatest gift of all, the gift of presence. This realization brought a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. He had learned to embrace the fullness of each moment without clinging to the past or fearing the future. Each breath, each heartbeat, was a reminder of the beauty of the present. The monkeys were still there, but they no longer held any power over him. Their chatter was just background noise, no longer a source of distraction or distress. He had found his peace, not by silencing the chatter, but by recognizing that he was something far greater, something beyond the reach of his restless mind. In that moment, Taro understood that true peace comes from within, from the acceptance of oneself and the present moment. As Taro prepared to leave the monastery, he felt a deep sense of gratitude for the lessons he had learned. The serene environment had offered him a sanctuary, a place where he could reflect and grow. Each dawn in the courtyard had been a new beginning, a chance to delve deeper into his own consciousness. He knew that the journey was far from over, that the monkeys would continue to chatter and swing. These monkeys symbolized the distractions and challenges of everyday life, always present, always demanding attention. Yet Taro had learned to observe them without getting entangled, to let them be without losing his own center. But he also knew that he possessed the tools to navigate the inevitable storms of life with grace and equanimity. The calm lake mirrored his newfound inner peace, a tranquility that could withstand the fiercest tempests. The mountains stood as a testament to his resilience, their peaks reminding him of the heights he could reach. He carried within him the stillness of the lake, the vastness of the sky, and the unwavering wisdom of the master's teachings. These teachings were not just words, but a living, breathing part of him, guiding him through every moment. The expansive sky represented the limitless potential of his spirit, unbounded and free. He walked away from the monastery of still waters a changed man, no longer a prisoner of his own mind, but a free spirit, ready to embrace the unknown with an open heart and a peaceful mind. Each step he took was a testament to his transformation, a journey from darkness to light, from confusion to clarity. The path ahead might not always be easy, But Taro knew that he carried within him the strength and wisdom to meet each challenge with a newfound sense of presence and clarity. The winding mountain path symbolized the twists and turns of life, but he was no longer afraid. He welcomed each challenge as an opportunity to grow, to deepen his understanding and compassion. He had found peace, not in a place, but within himself. This inner peace was his true home, a sanctuary he could carry with him wherever he went. It was a peace that transcended circumstances, a light that could never be extinguished.